Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We gonna little sit down. We're gonna jump into it. Because thou art us as Israelites, we are a holy people unto the Most High Yahweh and to His Son Yahweh Shai, our Savior. So we first scripture is going to be Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. Because we are the Lord's heritage. We are the heritage of the Most High. We belong to Him. We are His servants. So, all right, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Most High chose us to be above all nations, man. And read Genesis 1, the Most High made man. And then when you go to Genesis 2, he made Adam. Because Adam was the chosen nation. He blew his spirit into Adam, the breath of life, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding the Most High gave to us as a chosen nation. And I'm going to just hit a couple scriptures that back that up as us being the Lord's chosen. All right. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom. Talking about the commandments. Keep the commandments and do them. It said, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, whom hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as Yahweh thy power is in all things that we call upon him for? Because the Most High is dealing with us, man. He's close to us, nigh unto us, and we're nigh unto him, man. As long as we turn back and make supplication unto him and confess his name, as the scriptures say. Yeah, so surely this is a great nation, man. This is our wisdom in the sight of the other nations. These laws, statutes, and commandments, man. They are holy. They are separate. That's what makes us separate from the other nations, because we have this wisdom. Yeah, and you know what? We gonna hit Kings real fast, because it's a couple scriptures that prove that when we turn to him and make supplication, we will be saved, man. This is 1 Kings 8 and 33. When thy people, talking about the Lord's people Israel, be smitten down by the enemy because they have sinned against thee, and that's why we would brought low and dragged into captivity and conquered, is because we sinned against the Most High. And yeah, it say, all right. So it say, when thy people Israel be smitten down before the enemy because they have sinned against thee, and shall turn again to thee, and confess thy name, and pray and make supplication unto thee in this house. So yeah, when we turn back to Yahweh, then we come searching, we pray, we make supplications, and we confess his name, man. Yahweh, like I say, confess the name. Then hear thou in heaven. So Yahweh's going to hear us, man, when we call upon him. We turn to him and we call his name. That's how the Lord hears you. You confess his name and then he hears you. As the scriptures say. Then hear thou in heaven and forgive the sin of thy people Israel. Because that's who Yahweh Shai's blood is for, Israel, the people, us. Not for the whole world. It says, forgive the sin of thy people, and bring them again unto the land which thou hast given unto their fathers. When heaven is shut up and there is no rain. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to jump all the way to 46. This is 1 Kings 8 and 46. All right. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not. Like I said, we all experienced slavery. We all went off. So we all was punished. And thou be angry with them and deliver them to the enemy, which he did, so that they carry them away captives into the land of the enemy, far and near, which happened to an important part to Israel, man. We were scattered all across the world, man. Yeah, so we was led away captives, man. We carried away captives. That is the prophecy of Israel. And every time we went off, the Most High let us go into slavery. He let a nation conquer us because we're his bondmen and his servants. And if we don't serve him, he let these other nations come and we have to serve them, man. He let them overtake us. All right, 47. Yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land, whether they would carry captives and repent and make supplication unto thee in the land of make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned and done perversely, we have committed wickedness. Because that's what we do, man. We realize that these holidays and the ways of this world is sin and wickedness in the eyes of the Most High. So we come out of this world, man. And so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captives, led them away slaves. And this we were in the land of our enemies still. And pray unto thee toward their land, because we pray towards the east, man. Like we pray towards the holy city, man, which is Jerusalem. And yeah, we face the east. No matter where you at, if you was in Japan, you would turn to face the west. We would face our holy city, man. It said and they pray unto thee toward their land, which is the holy city Jerusalem, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Yeah, then hear their prayers and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. So yeah, return and make supplication unto Yahweh. We will be back under these blessings as the chosen of Yahweh. And we're going to hit some more scriptures to prove that we are a special people, chosen over all nations. All right. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. So yeah, like I said, man, we are over all the nations, and when we are in line with with our power, we will be set. The Most High said He will set us over the nations, man. And we're gonna jump to Leviticus 20 and 24. All right. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 24. But I have said unto thee, Yahweh said unto us, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, and the land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Yahweh your power, which has separated you from other people. Yeah, because Most High separated us, man, and then the promise is to us to have the land back. The land will never be at its full potential until the us as the real servants of the Lord is back in our land, man. The land will never have its full increase. All right. Yeah, Genesis 27, because this was the blessing to us, man, from Isaac, to rule the nations, to be above all nations. All right. Genesis 27:28. Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Because we're supposed to rule the earth. The fatness of the earth is like the good places, man. When you were the best places, man. They're supposed to be ours. Corn and wine as in the food and as in riches. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. So yeah, our destiny is to be ruling over these nations, man. We went off, so we fell under the curses and been brought low. But when we turn in Yahweh and make supplication, like I read, Yahweh said He will put us back on high, man. He will hear us, man. It ain't nothing better than the Most High hearing you calling on Him, man, calling His name. All right, Jeremiah 2, 21st verse. Jeremiah 2:21. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten Yahweh their power. Return ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art Yahweh, your power. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in Yahweh our power is the salvation of Israel. So it says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. That's all these other nations, governments, because hills is like small governments, mountains are big governments. Salvation is in vain hoped for, man, because it's salvation is for Israel. Matter of fact, John 4:22. Because salvation is in Israel, man. And Yahweh Shai said that. Alright. First, this is just St. John 4:22. Yahweh Shai was talking to some Samaritan woman, was it? Yeah. Alright, but Yahweh Shai was talking to the woman, but she wasn't an Israelite, man. She was not an Israelite. It says, alright, let me see. Matter of fact, it says, alright, the woman said unto Yahweh Shai, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Because, yeah, like I said, we pray and face the holy city, man. We pray. And she was trying to say that the mountain was holy, and it wasn't. Yahweh Shai was telling her. Yahweh Shai said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor at Jerusalem worship the Father, because she's not an Israelite, so she ain't gonna be able to worship Yahweh. It say, ye worship ye know not what. So she don't know what she worships. She thinks she worshiping the Most High, but she don't know. It says, ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, man. This is out of the mouth of Yahweh Shai, man. But the hour cometh and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. Because that's what we doing, man, in spirit and in truth, man. With the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man, we are worshiping the Father, man. And you know not what you worship, man. Salvation is of the Jews. So I jump back to Jeremiah 2:23 to hit home and prove that. Jeremiah said it and Yahweh Shai said it. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for. Because the lady was hoping for salvation. And it's in vain, man. From the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in Yahweh, our power is the salvation of Israel. Because our power is in Yahweh, man. Through his son, when he sends him back to deliver us from this captivity, man. In Revelations 2:26. Because these is the blessings, man, to rule over the nations, which I showed you in Genesis. Yahweh Shai is going to fulfill that. And it says, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That's like a scepter, man. We're going to rule these nations with a scepter. Our power, we're going to have power. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers. So a rod of iron, we're going to use this rod of iron to bash these nations over the head and put them into subjection, man, just like they did us. It says, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, man, to little pieces, even as I have received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star. And Yahweh Shai is going to give us the light, man, the light bearer. He's a light bearer. He's going to give us the knowledge, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He's going to put it back in us as a people. And Shalom. Shalom, man. That's going to be it. I'm not even going to go too deep. I'm going to go too far. All praises to the Most High Yahweh. Shalom to the elect. Double honor to the apostles, the GMS, the men who taught me this truth. Shalom, man. Sincerity. Shalom.